Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Saturday evening. It's kind of a cool sunset, and it doesn't show the same in the phone as it does in real life, but it's still cool. Kind of a hot day today. It was 102 yesterday. It was supposed to be 82 today, but with the heat index or whatever you want to call it, the humidity, it was more like 96, or close to 100. I felt. Um, so if you saw the other videos, we totally redid the front end, and I'm chalking that up with the engine that I had to replace because of a fan clutch. I replaced the entire front end, and all I had to do was replace the lower ball joints, and everything would have been fine. But nope, I replaced the entire front end. So, anyway, with that said, we went out there to try it out. It did pretty good, it still hits kind of hard. I don't know if these are really the right shocks for it, but it hits kind of hard on bumps. It lands good. We didn't really do any jumps or anything, but you get some bumps out there. Um, it was pretty muddy. Not as muddy now. Some of it's kind of washed off. I still need to wash it, but I don't know. I like it with mud on it. I don't know. Call me weird. I'm weird. So if you saw in the other video, there was one time when you saw me go through a pond that was like up here on the picture, and the nose bounced up and slammed down. And then when I was coming back on this end of the picture or the video, I came up like a little hill, and again the nose flew up and slammed down. And when it did, it collapsed the whole friggin' thing. So I'm in the midst of taking this all apart. But besides all the hail damage that we had, the lights were working, but when we went to videotape with the wings open and the lights in the wings and everything, all of a sudden the lights wouldn't work. Now, the only thing I have basically is headlights, brake lights, blinkers, and reverse lights. During the day, those are great, just fine. But at night, I have no tail lights and no front marker lights. And the roof lights don't work. None of the nose lights work. The fender lights don't work. So none of my cool lights work. So I figured it was a breaker. I called up O'Reilly's. They said, no, it's not a breaker. We don't have a breaker listed for those lights. Okay, so then I said, well, let me check. Maybe it's just the fuse. So I checked out the fuses. And lo and behold, there's no fuse for them either. The only fuse there is for a turn signal. And the only breaker, I think, is for the brake lights and fog lights or something like that. Um, I ain't even see anything for the headlights, to be honest with you. I didn't see a breaker for those. Oh, wait, yeah, HDL. Okay, HDLP is headlamp. Um, so the problem is, I don't know what these are connected to. And they all went out together, so they're obviously all connected together. But if there's no fuse and no breaker, what are they connected to? Because if it's the switch on the steering column, well, I could see that, but the headlights work. To me, we would think that the headlights wouldn't work. Now, there's a possibility maybe that part of the switch went out, but I never heard of that happening. But then again, with this truck, who knows? I mean, stranger things. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And we had our truck broken into last night. This is the fifth time in 7 years. And they do what they always do. They steal your registration and your insurance because they make copies of it and put phony plates on their vehicles when they go through tolls and whatever, so they can run around. If they get tickets, then, whatever. I don't know. But that's basically the only reason to steal the registration and insurance. Um, that and so I can't really drive the truck or anything until I get that taken care of. I got insurance on, text to me, so I have that. But you know, why get a ticket for not having registration, even though there's license plates on the vehicle? They will, you know, it's a hassle I don't want. So I'll wait till I get that. In the meantime, I have to figure out why these lights are not working. I'm pretty sure all the bar lights should be working because, oh wait, that's over here. Yeah, they're working. Because those are on a separate, I don't know if y'all can see, those are on a separate switch over here. So actually put the switch in backwards. Up is off and down is on. So, um, and a shout out to Gorilla Tape and stuff because I love it. I love it. I love it. This has been hanging off now since around Christmas time, and Gorilla Tape is so cool that it has not come off any more than that. And it flops in the wind and flies around, and it's gotten rained on and mudded on and everything, and it still hasn't come off because Gorilla Glue and Gorilla Tape and any type of Gorilla stuff is the bomb. I love it. The stuff I used to hold the bottom pieces on here in a video I did a while back, it was a spray adhesive. It just peeled right off, and the stuff is over there in the tub. It's still sticky, and I could put it back on if I wanted to. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And it's got mud and dirt and everything on it, and it's still sticky. So, I love it. So, I guess what I'm going to do with the nose now is I'm going to get rid of all of this. I think this stuff is just too heavy, and I have to get rid of this brace stuff in here, added too much weight to it, so I'll have to get rid of all of this. Oh, well, that's thanks. That was nice and loose. Get that out of here, and try to get some weight out of this thing. And what I'm thinking on doing is I'm not going to use so much of this. I'm going to take that extra metal I have laying over there, and I think what I'll do is the strip thing. Put a strip across here, and then a strip around this way, and then put screen, and then put plastic in the middle, and then I'll use this to go over the plastic. But I'll only have like a small space right in here on each side that'll be plastic. The rest of it will be metal, and hopefully that'll be lighter, and I won't have to use all kinds of other stuff to stabilize it and make it stiff and everything. I mean, we'll see. I know next time I go out into the hills, I'm going to have to make sure I bungee cord it down or find a way to lock it down so it doesn't bounce. I mean, everything else was cool with it. I mean, it even held up with the hail. I mean, the hail beat the crap out of it, and it held up just fine, but all it did was fly up in the air and slam down, and it totally collapsed all of that in there, the whole nose, collapsed the brace on timber, I folded this back out, but this thing was right there, was completely collapsed all the way up to the bottom. It bent this end over here on the inside there. It bent when it slammed down, and pretty much you can see on all these teeth are just mashed. All the teeth are just mashed. So I'm gonna have to do something about this too. But look at that. These held up. The bottom held up. I mean, I can't complain. Yeah, it did. I can't put the light on because, wait, can I? Let me see here. Oh, yes, I can. Look at that. Anybody notice anything there? Here's a gap there. There's not really, there's kind of a gap there. I think it broke again. I know this did up here. I don't know if that nose is so heavy it pulled down, pushed down on this, which pulled this, which broke it again. I don't know. But that got broke there, and this looks broke right here. Can't really tell because I can't see where they welded it. Doesn't look like anything's broke on the inside. Wires everywhere. Just like all my strands of hair. Alright, keep all these lights separated in their groups. And yeah, you can tell we had some fun. Look at all the stuff inside of this. And everything handled up good, all the wires and everything are cool. Everything is, I mean, there's some dirt and mud, but I mean, I have to admit, I mean, I have used, electrical tape my entire life on pretty much everything I've ever done. But if you notice, when you use it, even if mud and stuff got in there, the only wiring in there is the positive. So there's no way for the two to connect to hit together. So whatever's shorted this out either has to be the plug, or somehow or another a wire somewhere got rubbed on metal and came apart. Because even if these would have to come completely apart and touch another positive wire in order to blow a fuse or anything, or a breaker. And these wires are all good. Even these minute ones down here, they're still all good. Even if they came apart, they would have to touch they could even touch the metal and all they would do is just spark, and that could possibly do it. But if there's nothing sticking out the end of it, then, there's nothing that can, you can get all the mud and water in there that you want and it's still going to work, But this worked out cool. I like that. Ooh, at least it's got all the good stuff inside. Gotta clean my engine. But it likes to be muddy. I'm gonna put on the bumper. If I ain't muddy, I ain't happy. I say that a lot, don't I? It's one of my favorite sayings. If it ain't muddy, I ain't happy. So that's about it. I got to clean the wings and redo the lights on the wings. They didn't work out so well. I changed the lights that were on the cage and I put them on the back of the truck here. I just gotta get the wirings inside the tailgate there. Good old-fashioned Gorilla adhesive. Them babies ain't coming off. The sticky stuff they put on here is crap. It doesn't stick worth the dang. But leave it to Gorilla. It'll stick and it won't come off. So I might do that on these wings. I don't know. I might use Gorilla adhesive on those. But I'm thinking when I open up the wings and clean them, I'm thinking I'm putting the lights on top instead of on the bottom. But I might put them where the lights are facing down instead of facing up. So this way it puts a glow down on the ground. It's, not so bright out. We'll see what happens. But I guess until next time, hope y'all got to watch the videos out there. We got caught in one hell of a hailstorm. I've never been caught in a hailstorm like that before. But it was a doozy. Had me on the edge of the seat, literally, trying to hunker down so I didn't get hit. I won't lie. I was afraid it was going to come to the windshield. Those are some big hail balls. But I got lucky and just got that crack right there. Hasn't really even spidered anywhere either. So can't really tell if it hit here or hit here. Maybe in both spots. But I think that was the initial hit right there. But like I say, I got lucky and it didn't destroy the whole windshield. So that's where I'm at right now. I guess I'm back at point A, starting all over again. But that's fine, Like I say, I get discouraged and aggravated and upset sometimes, but who doesn't? I'm human. The bottom line is, when you're doing something like this, you're going to find things that aren't working out and you're going to have to change them around. So that's what I've done. The cage doesn't work out with the tail, and I want the tail. So I took the cage out and I'll put that over there on the trailer whenever I get that all cleaned up. My nephew's supposed to buy the Jeep from me, but I'm not holding my breath anymore. I'll probably sell it for $900 as is. I don't know, just to get it out of here. But that's where I'm at with this. And yeah, it turns out I didn't know if I put this in a video or not, but now it turns out I can't use the axles on the Jeep. I could, but I'd be sitting around hanging on to them for a really long time, because I'm going to have to, when I put the other engine in, where all of this is, right here, where this nose is basically where the other engine's going to sit. So, this nose is going to be end up moved out here, so the frame is going to have to be, probably going to have to use a Suburban frame or something like that. I don't know, or a van frame, or I don't know, a limousine frame. I don't know. We'll see what happens. See what I can find, see what's out there. Who knows? But it'll definitely have to be a longer frame than that. So, until I can get a frame or figure out what type of frame or have a frame made, or I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. There's no sense in me in having those, hanging around here just blah. Because that's what they'll do. They'll just be a blah. So, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to keep trying to figure out what happened to the lights and why they're not working. And until then, tonight, I'm going to work on taking this thing apart. God, I miss all that glowing. See how it glows in the light, man? I love when it does that. But anyway, until next time, hope your day was great. Hope you got what you wanted. Hope it was all peaceful, loving, and kind. Till whenever. Peace.